This is a wonderful occasion today, and I think it's a tribute to the people of Ramsey that after 10 very successful years, they have a wonderful celebration today. Transport is a bit of a problem in rural areas. Well, what they've tried to do here is to try and see if they can create activities locally so people don't actually have to go afar. Trying to help the local youth with various activities, giving grants to groups which otherwise would have struggled, ensuring that young families are given support and that there are activities that are generated locally for parents to be able to take their toddlers.
What was it that attracted you to being involved in the first place?
Partly I thought that the skills I had could be useful, but mainly I thought it just sounded such a wonderfully good project, and that some of the things that hindered other projects from being successful appeared to have been addressed, like it was a 10-year programme rather than something that lasted 2 years, which by the time people got their heads around what it was about had finished. And the fact that it was not so controlled from the top as to what the money should be spent on.
The crucial element of the whole of this project has been the involvement of the local community. All too often what you see is that funds are made available, but it's got to be some other organisation that is distant that takes the decisions and decides how the money will be spent. But this was different. I think the whole scheme has been a fantastic success because what it involves is the local community being given funds, then consults everyone around them and says, what do you want? How should we go about doing it? And then actually going on and doing it. And the other thing, by having a 10-year period, it has meant that there wasn't the time pressure, but there was sufficient time available to ensure that the local community could get together, work at the things, and actually make them a success, which they've done in wonderful ways in Ramsey.
I have been privileged to work alongside the Ramsey Million Partnership, all local residents, just like you. There's been 33 residents who have led on this big local lottery work. They couldn't have done it without you though. In 2012, in 2015 and in 2018, you completed surveys. You told them what you wanted, and from that they could create a plan. When you have been needed to get involved and support these projects, you have, and I can't tell you how many volunteer hours there have been, but it's thousands.
Sparks is a group that was formed because of the Ramsey Million Partnership. We found that there was a need for a club for young adults. They've got additional needs, and we found that there wasn't anything for them in our community after the age of 18. So this group was formed. We formed it, started off with 3 members. We now have a regular 20 members come every single week for 2 hours. They have created the club to suit themselves. The best thing about the club is it's built fantastic friendships, and there is a real need in our community for it. And through that, some of our members have gone on and they've now getting jobs because they've become associated with other clubs and groups, which is just fantastic.
I go to Sparks, I met loads of people there. I do drawing in my own time. I'm very good. I socialise with others as well. I help as well.
The fantastic thing is over the last 5 years it's really become sustainable. We are completely self-funding now.
We go to the Social Fridays and the library, and they've got the Bosch and the Crunch groups as well, which are really helpful. Yeah, we go dine outs. Yeah.
And the markets.
Yeah. Yeah. We do all of that. With the Social Fridays, like the warm spaces it started as. Carla started coming, I think, pretty much from the get-go. It started off not very many people, and now a lot of people have gone. That's why it's then gone on to Social Fridays, and we're going to continue that because it's really helped all ages of people to come out, have something to eat, socialise, and really help their mental health.
So it makes a difference to your life, really?
Yeah, I'd be stuck at home if I hadn't got it, to be honest.
The other thing that I think has worked very well is that Ramsey Neighbourhoods Trust was in its infancy when the project started, and they've been our locally trusted organisation. And the local trust took a bit of a bet on whether they had the capability of managing it, and in fact they did. And as one of the main outcomes of Ramsey Million has actually been the establishment of the Neighbourhoods Trust. And they've also then been able to get lots of money from other sources. If they hadn't have had Ramsey Million with its paid staff to improve its professionalism, they would never have been able to get that money, and that's been very, very helpful.
Ramsey Million started their project, overseen by Ramsey Neighbourhood Trust, and I think that gave the impetus to say we can do other things. Ramsey Million was the key to it, and that whole idea of working as a community and then setting up Ramsey Neighbourhood Trust to oversee all of that, and that link that worked, it's just blossomed absolutely everywhere, hasn't it? It's just huge.
And of course, in terms of supporting local business, heritage status and tourism, it's been wonderful, because what they've tried to do is to put Ramsey on a tourist map, so attracting people from outside, so they come here, support the local community, spend a day or so here, have lunch here, go to their pub, buy a few souvenirs or whatever, which is all good for the community.
I've got involved, one as a parent,
Yep.
two as a business owner with my partner,
Yep.
and three as a member of public kind of way, very much with the youth clubs, helping out on Bosch, the Ramsey Lights, that kind of stuff. In terms of them, us as a business,
Yeah.
we very much helped out kind of our time as well as donating money. We like to give back to the community where possible, because obviously especially where we help out as such, and that we are involved in, it helps then kind of keep it going. Because I guess without the volunteers as well as the financial help,
Yeah.
they can't keep going.
Yeah. You're giving lots of your voluntary time.
Yes.
But you're getting something back.
Yes,
Your
100%.
daughter's involved in groups,
Yeah.
and you're involved in a group,
Yeah,
aren't you?
yeah. So we do the toddler time with
Yeah.
my youngest,
Yeah.
and we try and push that as much as we can. Time and me being there kind of with my youngest
Yeah.
is great.
Yeah. You set up a social enterprise now.
We have indeed. That was going really well, and then we had to stop because of COVID.
Yeah, moved out and did pottery in the garden. So we started to do. So it sort of started with the pressure from students, really, coming back to us and say, well, we need to do something after lockdown.
For our well-being.
And it came from then. So we've got, we do 3 classes a week now. Probably about 45 students. We do work with their local children's groups, like Bosch and the Sparks Club and things like that. Then we went into the youth club and do 2 or 3 sessions there. We have done a couple of the artisan markets. We came to Create Fest last time, so this is our second Create Fest. Our ethos is that we're non-profit making, so if we get any extra money, we sort of plough that back into the community. So we've sponsored people here. We use the food bank. We make quite big donations to the food bank each year, sort of thing, for them to keep it sort of going. So it's quite nice that it all goes back into the community.
It's
sort
all
of
kind of
that circle, it's nice.
The town council were not terribly happy with the programme because they couldn't see why another organisation should have, especially a very new organisation. But over the years, with the success that Ramsey Million and the Neighbourhoods Trust have had, the 2 organisations work much, much better together. The liaison with the district council has improved absolutely no end.
What do you think's been their biggest achievements? What do you think has made a difference to people in Ramsey?
I think it's the concentrated focus on Ramsey. Because there's a group that are thinking of nothing but Ramsey, unlike councils who have other things to think about. They're only thinking about Ramsey and the people in it. So the youth things that have gone on, the courses that have gone on for people, the educational side of it, the heritage sides, bringing the community together at events, everything is about people.
I think what this has done is to show the people who provide the funding that you can trust local communities and that they can get on with things, and they do know best. Actually, this may sound strange, but they live in the area, they have families in the area, they work in the area, they really do know what is required and what is not. So I think this has shown that you can trust people, and I very much hope that in the future there will be more such projects where communities are allowed to have significant funds and go ahead and improve their communities, which is what this has done. Ramsey is a better community now than before,